An elderly person opened the microwave. The food inside caught fire, emitting thick smoke. When he reached for the food, it was too hot for him to handle. It dropped into the trash can. The trash can was knocked over, igniting a large fire that quickly engulfed the entire building. The elderly person was trapped in the blaze, unable to escape, so he called emergency services. Upon receiving the call, firefighters rushed to the scene to extinguish the fire. With everyone's efforts combined, the fire was finally put out. The firefighters began to relax, but suddenly received a notification: a factory on fire stored a large amount of waste containing highly flammable nitro compounds. Judd Ryder received the message, quickly ran towards his teammates. But unfortunately, everything was too late. The factory instantly exploded. All teammates tragically lost their lives. Owen Strand is in charge of this operation. 6 months later, he received a notification from the hospital that, due to inhaling a large amount of toxic gas during the factory explosion, he had developed lung cancer. Owen Strand found it hard to accept this news at first, as he had a health checkup just 6 months ago which showed his body was very healthy. He had also just received news that his son was getting married in the morning. Owen Strand left the hospital with a heavy heart, arrived at his workplace, where he received notice from his superiors to rebuild the factory that had been burned down previously. Considering his health condition, the needs of his son, who he had to take care of, Owen Strand refused the assignment. His superiors respected his decision but still admired his work capabilities, handing him a business card hoping Owen Strand would reconsider. Returning to his post, Owen Strand inquired why his son hadn't shown up for work that day. Upon learning that his son had been absent without reason, he went to his son's home, knocking forcefully on the door to no avail. Sensing that something might be wrong with his son, he called his colleagues. Using a safety hammer, broke open his son's door. To their surprise, they found his son lying on the floor, having taken an overdose of sleeping pills. To save his son, Owen Strand took matters into his own hands, performing CPR, administering treatment. Through everyone's efforts, his son was eventually revived. Embracing his son, Owen Strand comforted him, stroking his hair. That night on the rooftop, his son revealed that his girlfriend had cheated on him, leading him to take the sleeping pills. Owen Strand explained to his son that his colleagues were aware of the incident, resulting in his suspension from work. In order to help his son heal emotionally and resolve work issues, Owen Strand agreed to his superiors' work arrangements. They crossed the desert, enduring hardships along the way, until they reached the factory, which remained unchanged. Displeased with the terrible environment, the son wanted to leave, but Owen Strand insisted on staying, believing he could rebuild it. Subsequently, Owen Strand began recruiting employees. Judd Ryder received an interview invitation and walked in. He was the fire captain during the explosion incident, witnessing all his brother's tragic departures. 6 years later, he still struggled to come to terms. Interrupting Owen Strand, he accused him of causing the casualties due to his mistakes, declined the job offer, and left angrily. That evening, Judd Ryder's wife found Owen Strand, revealing that Judd actually wanted to join them, but the disaster had left him with deep psychological wounds he couldn't overcome alone. She hoped Owen Strand would accept her husband's involvement. Once more, Owen Strand agreed to her request. The next day, Judd Ryder arrived at Owen Strand's office on time. Thanking him for welcoming him back, this time they had a profound conversation. Later, Judd Ryder asked to see photos of his former teammates. Upon viewing the pictures, he couldn't hold back his tears, sitting on the ground in anguish. Owen Strand rushed to provide him with psychological support, finally helping him release his burden. Judd Ryder mustered the courage to become an outstanding firefighter once again.